keeping the complexity of human life in picture, our today's topic is human relationships and how with a spiritual background, with a background of more a wider perspective, how these human relationships can be handled in such a manner that our joy of life is maximum. And then we have long drawn human relationships, and then we also are happy, and those who are interacting with us are also happy. This sambandha, it's called a sambandha. In Sanskrit it says sambandha. The very nature of this human being, is that his existence is not just an individual existence, it is a relative existence. According to Bhagavad Shankaracharya, he says that this existence, universe exists in three particular dimensions. They are called as Sattatraya. Sattatraya means, the first is called as the Vyavaharika Satta. Vyavaharika Satta means there is a compulsory acceptance of the multiplicity. Compulsory acceptance of the multiplicity. So whatever you see as many is many. We don't say it is not many, it is one. We don't say it is one. So this acceptance is there. And this particular reality is accepted as the Vyavaharika Satta, transactional reality. Then comes the second reality called as the Pratibhasika Satta. This Pratibhasika Satta is also a reality which is perceived by each individual in his own way. Prati bhasate iti pratibhasika. Reality is perceived by each one in his own way. And one of those classic examples is the dream. So in this dream, what we see and what we have registered during the daytime, during the waking hours, those have a subtle counterpart which appear in the dream. And sometimes the dreams are all inexplicable because the number of janmas which we have taken is not one or two. So many lives, the experiences of many lives are seen in the dream, and the dream sometimes, depending upon the evolutionary level of the dreamer, it can be logical, it can be illogical, all these are possible in the dream. In the Atma Bodha, Adi Shankaracharya says, Jagradavasthayam yad drishtam, yad shrutam, yad anubhutam, whatever has been seen in the waking state, that appears as the dream. So that is the second satta. First one is the transactional, second is called as the apparent reality. Then we have the second one, what is the Pratibhasika Satta. This transactional reality, apparent reality. It looks as though it is real. Konsa? Dream seems to be real as long as it is happening, but afterwards it is not true. But sometimes it is true also. So we do not know what stage it is. So the reality is accepted, but not accepted by everybody. But the first reality is accepted by everybody. That is, you exist means I also exist. The chair exists, the door exists, the mirror exists, everything exists. We accept that exists. The third existence is called as the Paramarthika Satta. The Paramarthika Satta, Parama Artha. From the Parama Artha comes the Paramarthika. Paramarthika means absolute reality in which there is no division at all. All are one. All are one means even non-inert things are also one, because all come from one. Because they all come from one, there is no division at all, there is no second thought of a duality at all. It's called as the Advaita Satta. So because of the very fact that we are born and we are growing in this world, these three realities are inevitable. It's not possible to say that I will accept only the Paramarthika Satta and then transact. Accepting the Paramarthika Satta will not give you the sense of duality at all. And when there is no sense of duality, there is no transaction. When there is no transaction, then there is no worldly life at all. The worldly life, इसको बोलते हैं लौकिक जीवन. ये लौकिक जीवन किसके ऊपर आधारित है? भेद के ऊपर. यदि भेद को छोड़ दे तो कैसे कैसे व्यवहार कर सकते हैं? मैं, आप, वह और वे, ये सारे का सारा भेद का ही तो संकेत है. और यह चीज़ वह चीज़, यह चीज़ वह चीज़, यहाँ वहाँ, ऊपर नीचे, दाहिना बायां, सारे का सारा जो भेद है, इस भेद के बिना तो कोई रियलिटी नहीं है संसार में। तो इसको लेकर के इसी को बोलते हैं वो प्रेम का रियलिटी बना रहे हैं। दिस ड्युअलिटी इज एन इनएविटेबल थिंग, एंड दिस ड्युअलिटी को इट शुड नॉट बिकम अ हिंड्रेंस टू आवर life itself. It is inevitable, but if it is a hindrance to our happy life, then we have to start thinking where is the defect, and how I should now correct these things. And if at all there is any connection, there is a prayer of a particular devotee. Devotee says, God, give me the strength to accept things which I cannot change, the courage to change things which I can change, and the wisdom to know both. I should have the serenity to accept things which cannot be changed. But I should also have a knowledge of what cannot be changed. It's my nature, I cannot change it. You will hear this statement from many people. It's my nature, I cannot change it. You will hear this statement from many people, youngsters also, elders also. If you cannot change your nature, others also cannot change their nature. And if others also cannot change their nature, then inevitably you have to face the consequences. So that is not the right perspective. I cannot change my nature is not the right perspective. And if that is true, all the scriptures are not of no avail. What is the use of having scriptures which say, do this, don't do this. Do this, don't do this. And if it is not in your nature to do and not do, then how can you change? A change is possible only when there is a freedom of change. So it is a clear concept that we can change. And if we can change, whether we should change, is it necessary to change? If you are desiring, if you desire a happy relationship, where the amount of grief or sorrow or irritation, intolerance is lesser, and the amount of joy, peace is more, then the question is, who should change now? Who should change now? When it pertains to you, there are two possibilities. Pertains to you and the person through whom you are being disturbed, you have to be with him or her inevitably. The grief pertains to you and the sorrow or difficulty is pertaining to you, and the person through whom or because of whom you are having this difficulty, and with him or her you have to live inevitably. Now the question is, who is going to change? Who will change now? If you are able to change that other person, then you are Shaktishali. You can say you are Shaktishali. And if you are not able to change, then you have to become Buddhishali. If you cannot change the other person, you are because you are not Shaktishali, then you have to become Buddhishali. So Buddhishali is what? You must have heard the story of Bali and Sugriva. When Bali took away the kingdom of Sugriva, so Sugriva went and requested for help from Sri Ram. So Sri Ram came and then arranged that duel between those two. So whoever wins the duel is going to become the king. Bali had one quality. The description of Bali is that anybody who fights with him, half the person's opponent's strength will be with Bali. What can we understand from that one? Half of the opponent's strength comes to this person. What do we understand from that? I could understand this only when I saw some martial arts. In the martial arts, any martial art, you have two types of combat. One is called as the offensive, the other one is the defensive. So Bali had the tactic that he used to allow the opponent to attack first. And then not even a single blow would fall on him. So he was so good at that avoiding blows. That by the time the other one has completed all whatever tricks and skills he had, he would have finished off all it, and he would have learned that completely. So the first part of Bali's fight was only defensive. And once that is over, then he used to bring out his strength of fighting. So this martial art, that is what, without fighting. Because the occasion has come, I am telling you about one beautiful, of course the context may be a film context, but I will tell you that because it's nice. And nothing can Enter the Dragon. I do not know how many of you have seen the Enter the Dragon. I am talking about one scene. In one scene, the The scene is that Bruce Lee is going on the ship to the island, to the Hans Island. Very, very beautiful the occasion. So he's going on, and then suddenly, you have to spend that entire time of the travel. Travel time has to be sent. Some games are there. And then what is the game there? They got two grasshoppers. Two grasshoppers placed in a box. And one grasshopper and the other, they have learned how to play with the grasshoppers. They keep on, it's like a fight between cockfight. Like. So these two are there and they're fighting. One is a shorter one and one is a taller one. One grasshopper is a taller one. So now, people have started betting now. He's going to win. He's going to win. He's going to win. All are betting now. And then Bruce Lee is also betting. Bruce Lee is continuously saying the shorter one will win. And he is betting upon the short one. Continuously it is happening, and then after ultimately, almost at the end of the fight, the tall one overpowers the short one. And within one move, the short one overpowers the tall one. And then Bruce Lee has won. Now again that yatra continues, and he's standing. Then he finds one of the persons who is coming for the competition in Hans Island. One of the persons. He is a little heavy-headed person. So what he is doing is, Bruce Lee is also he's an excellent kung fu martial artist. Many others are there. But one person wants to show off. What he does is, he just goes on walking. He's continuously showing his hand as though he's going to hit somebody and purposely irritating others. They're trying to get somebody to fight with. He doesn't find anybody. Ultimately, one boy is carrying fruits in the ship. He kicks the fruits. The fruits completely tumble down. Bruce Lee is silently watching all these things. Then he comes, that boy comes, then he shows a blow in front of Bruce Lee's face. He doesn't budge. Silent is. Another time he does. Want to fight? Want to fight? Yes, come we fight. Then Bruce Lee, then he says, what is your art? What is your skill? He says, how to fight without fighting. How to fight, the art of fighting without fighting. Let's fight now, let's have a combat here in the ship itself. Bruce Lee, I don't think there's sufficient place here. Don't you think that island is good? He shows an island, just nearby where the ship is moving, an island. Don't you think that and this person is, eager to fight. So he wants to show off. Yes, I am ready. And one thing, let's get the lifeboat, the boat. You get down. So he says, get down. So the person is in a hurry, he wants to show off. He asks him to get down, and in the moment he sits in the boat, he releases the boat and leaves it. Bruce Lee releases the boat. He's shouting, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? This is the art of fighting without fighting. So how clever you must be. That's called a Shakti, Buddhi Shakti. It's not Bahubala, it's not Vak Shakti. It's Buddhi Shakti. So you don't speak, and without speaking you do more than what you speak. This is a very classic example of the power of the human being to avert confrontations. We have that power within us. We have the power of averting confrontations. But what we do is we prefer confrontation because it gives a little pride. I have won the argument. I have won the argument and I have actually victorious in this matter. So that is not the correct way of living, and that will not help us to have good relationships. We have to learn this art of not confronting. So whenever there is an occasion for confrontation, again one more idea, two goats were coming on a bridge. The bridge was very narrow. And one goat, both have come to a point where if one slightly moves, there is one small opening there where one can move aside. So one goat says, I don't give way to fools. One goat says, I don't give way to fools. The other one says, I do. And then go and stand beside. What did we understand here? I don't give way to fools is one statement, the other one says, I do. That's it. And he goes there, stand beside. And the other one. The matter is over. The question is, are you ready for that? Are you ready for losing, apparent losing, for the sake of winning? Are you ready to apparently lose, but actually you are winning? So this is the knowledge which is absent in most of the people, most of the time, where confrontations are taking place. We always remember that the more you speak, in Tamil they say, Yarala kettan, Norala kettan. In Telugu, Nor is the word for mouth. How did he lose his stature? He lost his stature because of his mouth. He lost his stature because of his mouth. So the moment we start exhibiting, the moment we want to exhibit our capacities, then what happens is we lose. You keep your capacities with you, and when the actual absolute necessity arises, not in your opinion, when the absolute necessity arises for the establishment of dharma, not in your opinion, I'm telling you once again, your opinion may be wrong. So dharma has to be understood. What is dharma? Dharma is non-confrontation. Dharma is giving up something for the sake of a better good. For long drawn happiness, we give up some immediate happiness. So this way when we start thinking, this way when we start transacting this world, in this transactional world, then the possibility of our success for a longer period is much more assured than the small pleasures of victories, small victories which seem to be victories, actually they are all defeats. Hari Om Tat Sat.